Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
A winning Wednesday to all of you winners. So welcome again here, Wednesday night again here in TNC. So hello and welcome. We are here to help you see the new you. I'm Coach Erwin Ursua, live streaming from Quezon City, and you are watching Win Within. Happy Wednesday, winners! Welcome again here in Win Within on TNC. It's our 5th episode and actually the 2nd episode of our 1-month mother series. Okay, so the whole month of May will be featuring moms, mothers, and at the same time, it is the 1-year TNC episode of Win Within. Yep, TNC is already 1 year. Okay, so as you can see here, our shows, we have a 7-day live streaming of shows, of course, from May 9 to 15. And of course, it's May 12 right now. We will have our 24-hour non-stop live streaming on May 15. And of Of course, this will be a one remarkable celebration, one idea, one community, hashtag one TNC year. So please do watch our shows. Okay, and we also have Me and Mom. It's also a one TNC year special wherein 8 beautiful stories that will change the way we celebrate Mother's Day. So Me and My Outstanding Mother. That will be shown on May 15, 2021. The show will be on May 15, 2021, Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And of course, it is one part of also of the one TNC year celebration. And it will be live streamed in TNC, our TNC channel. And of course, again on May 15, 2021, from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., we will have the PINC 2021. It's a positive impact on nations change. So it's a JCI event. So please do support that event, and that would be from 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Also on May 15. Okay. Do we have other announcements? Okay, so I guess we don't have any more. So again, welcome to Win Within and TNC. As I've said, this is our first year anniversary episode of Win Within for 1 year TNC or for TNC. Of course, we'd like to greet you from wherever part of the globe you are in right now. So good day, good morning, good evening. And of course, as always, sabi ko nga, I will always remind you guys to follow the most strictest health precautions. So we always wear your face mask and always wear your face shield whenever you go out. Okay. And in fact, there's this new variant, the Indian variant, which is very aggressive. So as much as possible when we go out, let's please do take that extra health precaution that we need. And at the same time, if ever take advantage of the vaccine being given you by your LGUs, especially for I think there's this A1 and A3 who are the ones who are given first. So please do take advantage of that. What's important right now is you got to be vaccinated. So that's the most important thing right now. Okay. And at the same time, as I said a while ago, we are still here in our Mother's Month theme. So, and tonight we'll be featuring 2 entrepreneur moms. Okay, they are also coaches at the same time, business coaches and leadership coach. And if you are watching us right now, please do comment live or replay. And of course, as we introduce our guests, be empowered today. Okay, be empowered tonight with what they're gonna share to us in the show. Okay, so winners, let's start our season 2, episode 5 rolling, and let's get to know more of our guest tonight. Okay, so for our first guest, the Coach Sharon. She's a wife and mom of 2 kids with a 10-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy. She's a leadership and communication and inner work coach, certified facilitator of Tetra Element Fire. She has 20 years experience designating, facilitating, and evaluating learning and development programs. Wow. And 7 years in supervising trainers in the areas of culinary and maritime programs. And at the same time, currently, she's a training consultant for the following companies: Management Strategies Consulting Agency, Next Step Training Consulting Incorporated, LJMB Consulting Agency. And of course, she has a 4 years in managing and training young living distributors experience also. And of course, as an entrepreneur, she is an independent distributor for Young Living Essential Oils Philippines. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on Coach Sharon Agoncillo-Galang. Okay?
Hi. Hi, Erwin. Good
Hi.
evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank
And
you
of
for having me
course,
tonight.
yes. And of course, we will be also joined by another coach. That would be Coach Andrea. She's also a wife and a mom with 2 kids, a boy of 11 and a girl of 8 years old. She's a business coach and a serial entrepreneur. Wow. We'll ask her about that later. And also an author of the book Breakthrough with the Coach, wherein she highlights powerful reasons why you should hire a business coach. And she's also the co-founder and managing director of Global Circles Academy, and also the managing director of Assets, a training and consulting company. She was also an award. She recently was awarded by Marketing in Asia as one of the rising 70 LinkedIn personalities in Malaysia for 2020. So without further ado, winners, let's call on Coach Andrea Chow. Sorry
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you, Coach Erwin, and good evening, winners.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Coach Sharon. Good evening, Coach Andrea. So, how are you? How are you right now? So, first of all, I would like to ask you, still right now, I think Philippines is in a lockdown, Malaysia is in a lockdown. So, how are you right now? How are you guys coping up during this time of pandemic? And how do you structure your regular day as a mom and an entrepreneur mom? So,
Okay.
I
Who
wow, question
wants
it.
to go
We,
first?
we go we go straight right away to the question and answer.
Right.
No, actually, this is just a hi hello portion first, of course. So Sharon, you can go first.
Okay, I just want to say
Coach
hello to
Sharon.
Andrea, of course. Hi.
Hi.
So, how do I structure my day, especially now at this time? I would normally divide it into two. So, mornings up to middle of the afternoon will be spent on preparing the house, also preparing, taking care of the kids, also the husband. But my work really starts at around 3 p.m. So, kind of mid shift for everyone.
Wow.
3 p.m. I start my day working and maybe doing lives, doing a lot of work with clients up to 12 midnight. So that's how I structure my work. I hopefully structure my work. Yeah, that's the ideal scenario. But sometimes, of course, there will be days that the times will be changed. Sometimes I start maybe at 10 a.m. and then I stop working at around midday to prepare lunch or something for prepare the kids, and then resume my work again at around 5 p.m. So there's that break.
Yeah. Well, me, I have this struggle right now. I really love to wake up around 6 to 7, between 6 a.m. But for the past 2 weeks, it's really hard because sometimes I go beyond 12 midnight in just with meetings and preparing some things and modules also for some workshops. So
I think we
I
mentioned
guess
it earlier that the world got smaller because of what is happening now. So it's easier to
yeah, it is.
communicate with people. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, actually, what you mentioned there, Coach Sharon, is that sometimes you need to talk to someone from overseas or from abroad, where their time is also different. Like I remember I attended one master class where I should be up by 3 a.m. here Manila time. So definitely your schedule will be different already the next day.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how about you, Coach Andrea? Can you please
Thank you,
share
Coach
us?
Erwin, for asking. And hi, Sharon. Hi there.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, while you are the afternoon shift or the second shift kind of person, I'm the super early shift.
Wow.
My day begins at 5.
Wow.
When everybody else is still asleep, my phone don't ring that much, and that's where I
Mhm.
can actually get my work done. So I get it all done up to about 7:30, where the kids starts to wake up and they get
Mhm.
ready for their day. All these classes and whatever not they're doing is actually online these days. So it's very much being home, preparing them for the class, as well as making them lunch and etc. etc. So there's two half of it. You have the 5 o'clock all the way to about 7:30. I get to do my work, and then all the way from like between 7:30 to about mid lunch, I can still be on the email, not so much of like hardcore research and thinking that I've got
Mhm.
to do. And then very much the second half where they are all settled with the school, then I can get back to the second part of the work again. However, I think that's very interesting what Coach Erwin and Sharon brought up, where
Mhm.
where sometimes I've got to deal with other markets and other time zones.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
becomes a little bit of a
That's true.
adjustment there, which I'm still getting used to it. Because at
That's
this
right.
moment, I'm opening up to like Iran market, which
Wow.
is totally
Wow.
different time zone than ours. So while
Like how
Philippines and
different it
Malaysia is
is.
okay, so while Philippines as well as Malaysia, we are on the same time
Yeah,
zone.
same time.
That's
Same
right.
time.
Yeah, so it's really easy to get any one of you on a Zoom or a call. Iran is probably you're talking about 4.5 hours difference kind of thing.
Mhm.
So classes over there have got to start at 10 p.m. our time here.
Mhm.
So I finish by midnight. So there goes my 5 a.m. My 5 a.m. has just been broken because of that.
Yeah, but at least the average time really for you
Yeah.
is the 5 a.m. time. Oh,
I
that's good.
cherish the 5 a.m. I love the idea of 5 a.m. club where it's really quiet. I could really put on my
Yeah,
thinking skills, my reflection. That's wonderful for me.
yeah. Actually,
That's right.
that's my project for the past 2 months to be to be a member of the 5 a.m. club. So
Or
far,
would you like to be an
so far,
accountable partner to
so
get
far,
that
so
call
far.
at 5 a.m.? You have me to make that call to you.
By the way, winners, I just like to remind that Coach Andrea Chow is live streaming right now from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, right?
And just in case, winners, you'll be probably thinking, right, this is not like a pre-rehearsed thing. Coach Erwin is getting into some things that he probably didn't ask for
Yeah,
now.
that's actually winners. I told them that I'll just ask you guys question, and we're just like doing the usual. We usually have a Tuesday uplifting sessions, or we usually have this gathering, our points of view group. So I just told them that it's just like one of those gatherings. Okay, okay. Coach Andrea, okay. So you are an author, right, of the book Breakthrough with a Coach. So can you tell us
Mhm.
more about the book?
All right. So, Breakthrough with the Coach is my first encounter or my first love towards coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it got penned down. What
Mm-hmm.
what am what am I as an entrepreneur today is a result of many, many different coaches put together to work on and work with me to get through to where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I truly believe that without coaches in my life it will never be who I am today and what I become.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times there could be obstacles, there could be little voice that we have in between our ears, or even these limiting beliefs or little objections that we come up with for ourselves, the excuses that really prohibits me from being successful. And thus breakthrough with a coach is really a pen down of that whole experience of me working with a coach and how I actually offer my coaching services to others as well. And of course, if you look at this current pandemic, nobody expected this pandemic to happen. And
Yes.
the more we really need a coach or a mentor or someone to guide us is
Mm-hmm.
because the whole economy is moving so fast.
Yes.
All the strategy that you implemented 2 weeks ago probably didn't quite work, especially like for example in Malaysia. This is
Mm-hmm.
day one of round three of lockdown.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Day
Yeah,
one
correct. So if you have actually done any business implementation like maybe 10 days ago, you probably cannot use it today.
today. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's why when the thing is that when I had the first chat with Coach Erwin, when he asked any question, when he mentioned the word today, I've got to ask him, are you justifying the day of when we have this show or today when he's
Or
asking
today.
this question?
Yeah, because
Because I think
restrictions will
there's
be
a good
different today, or restrictions will be different again
correct,
next day.
correct. So you would need a safe
Well, I
space.
guess
You would need
that happens also here right now in Manila. So
yeah.
True.
So, as a business
same,
owner
same.
during this period of time, you would want to have a safe space and
Hmm.
someone to bounce that idea with and toss it around and twist it maybe and you really muddle with it and come up with something really innovative and creative for survival.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just my thoughts about what's most needed now.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
Agree.
right now we really need to be, adaptive, and we should easily pivot right away with what's happening actually. Okay, Coach Sharon.
Yes.
Since you're a training consultant and a leadership coach, you're consulting right now, a training consultant right now to three different companies. Can you please briefly share your role in your training consultant hat that you wear?
Okay. So what I like about my role as a training consultant to different companies or partnering with different consulting firms is that I get to choose projects that really match. I feel that matches personality and my
Mm-hmm.
expertise. So that's what I do. And then they usually tap me for programs such as programs for leadership and communication. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the topics that are really near and dear to my heart. And what usually happens is when they give the project to me, I usually work with them from the start, getting to know the clients up to the time
Mm-hmm.
that we design the program and then conduct the program for the clients and evaluate after which. So those are the things that I do for some of my partner consulting firms. And on the side as well, since the start of the pandemic, since we all know that things have changed and in-person events have already, most of them have stopped, right? So training is the industry that has really been affected. So in terms of that income stream, that has paused for me. So I'm very glad that during the this pandemic, I
Mm-hmm.
gave birth to I not literally gave birth, but gave birth to two
Two
because my
projects.
family because I just wanted to clear that because my family and friends are watching.
You gave
They
birth
might
to a
say,
COVID
"Sharon, you
baby
didn't tell us
too.
that."
Of
I,
course.
I gave birth, I gave birth to two programs during the
Yeah.
pandemic, and these are the programs that I work with. I usually implement with one-on-one coachees. So I'm
Yes.
very happy that I have around 3 to 5 people who are working
Wow.
with me to change. As you
Great.
mentioned, Andrea, it's very important that there's a need to change mindset. Also, the skill
Yes.
level you have to of course level up despite what's happening. This is really the greatest time to really invest in ourselves. So
Yep,
Yeah.
working with someone, with a coach, is really very important because
yep,
I believe whatever is happening right now is really giving us an opportunity to really improve on ourselves, change our mindset, change our beliefs, and change the way we do things. So I'm quite happy with what's happening in a way, despite that being an extrovert, it's also a struggle. And I always tell people that you have to check on your extrovert friends because you don't know what they're up to. and, and sometimes, yeah, it's because we get energy from around people, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Extroverts
still
get energy
still
from talking to a lot of
that's
people.
true. So it's still good that we have this technology to talk with people, despite not seeing everyone, our friends, you guys. And I do hope to meet you in the future in person.
In
That's it
person.
for me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
but
When we
with your
are
background, with your
connected.
training and consultancy, I'm sure as a coach also, your coaches do learn a lot. Of course, like the processing and everything, and about having that training consultant background will really be a big help for them also. Okay, so speaking of books, I'm sure being an entrepreneur, a training consultant, a coach, you have, I'm sure, a favorite book or a significant book that made an impact to your life. Um, can you share that book to our winners and how it influenced your life? So, Coach Sharon can go first.
My favorite book by far is called Gung Ho.
Gung
Gung Ho,
Ho.
by yeah, by Ken Blanchard and Ken Blanchard. Okay, and it's really made a significant impact in my life because it really talks about a company that is already in the red and losing
Mm-hmm.
hope as to how to now make sure that they bounce back despite what's happening in the environment that they're in. And it really helps me to really change that mindset that in adversity you really have you have an opportunity to really change your mindset, your beliefs, and change your life for the better. It's really just looking things positively and looking at the situation in a more positive way and checking and asking yourself what needs to be done and have that gung-ho personality, gung-ho spirit in you that laban lang, no, in Tagalog. You just have to fight. And that's it. It's really a matter of a war, a battle within, especially
Yeah.
in our minds, right? It all starts
Yep.
there. So finding meaning in what we do so that we continue to progress towards the future.
Yeah. That's great.
Interesting.
No, as just like what I always say to my coaches also or to the winners that every win, all win starts from within. There's always a battle within yourself, and if within yourself you lose already the battle, I guess it's really hard to go out there and fight the corporate world, fight that life that you are or the goals that you want to achieve, it's really hard to get if within yourself you haven't won whatever differences or whatever battles or the different voices that are making your life limit, their life limits or limiting beliefs, just like Coach Andrea was telling also a while ago. So how about you, Coach Andrea? What was that
Okay.
book that influenced you?
Initially, when you asked this question, I wanted to give you a very different answer. I'm going to give you
Okay.
that two different answers in two separate accords. I would want to
It's
say that
okay. It's okay.
in current era, I would say that most of the books are already a little bit outdated for what's needed at the current situation. However, if you say that in terms of the mindset or how a person got so far with what they do, one of my favorite book would be Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And that
Mhm,
really draw on to that passion, the calling, the mission, whatever you call that word is,
mhm,
it's just finding in your soul searching or your inner research of what's that one thing that you would probably regret if you do not embark in doing before you leave this world.
mhm,
Yeah. So Start With Why is one that I really kind of dig through the page by page, word for word kind of thing, where it's really going into that start with why. Whether it's in your business, whether it's in a sales profession, which I speak a lot to sales professionals, where
mhm,
sometimes they got burnout and less motivated. And there are times whereby, hey, I get calls like from clients, could you do motivation talk? And to me it's like it doesn't start with just a a pat on the back kind of motivation talk.
mhm,
It
mhm,
really
mhm.
starts with the why they want to do something and what makes
Yes.
them get up every single morning to do it. So one of my favorite, definitely, it's Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Mhm,
That's definitely all-time favorite that I would recommend to anyone to just have a look at and or even have a read through to find that source search those mission that you've got.
mhm,
Perhaps it's something that you already know, however, it's long forgotten.
Mhm.
Yep.
mhm.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's a very
that's
nice book
great.
as
That's
well.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just one book that will do. So Simon Sinek.
Just one book for that purpose because I've already said to myself that hey, all other sales books and whatever other business books, a lot of them needs to be just
And I guess the
yep.
breakthrough with and I guess the breakthrough with the coach book also. So
Um, I'm telling to myself that I want to rewrite that book too after this pandemic.
yeah, well, that's great. That's what we call a fun project. So if you haven't written a book, I guess me that's one of my fun projects. Yeah, I would love to write a book also. I'm sure
And I
Sharon
love
has
to
that
self destruct.
has that
I love
dream
to
too.
In
self
the
destruct
future,
myself
In the
too.
future, yeah. Okay,
would
so do
love
we
to
have
write a
some
book.
shout outs
Yes.
there to read? Shout out. So, wow, Mami Cholita Esplana is watching from Tarlac City. That's a city here in of the Philippines. Wow.
Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations, TNC. Hi. Oh, from
Ooh,
Coach Sharon. Yeah, hi. Good evening, Coach Andrea and Coach Sharon. Ay, Coach Sheila. Sorry, Coach
Sheila,
Sheila.
Coach
hi.
Sheila.
Hi, Coach
Hi,
Sheila.
Sheila.
How are you? Of course,
This,
watching from Manila.
Yay.
Oh, Coach Jelsey is
hi,
watching
Chelsea.
from Indonesia. Coach Royce also. Hi, Coach
Hello,
Royce.
Coach
How are
Royce.
you?
Hi, Coach Roy.
Okay, Coach Chelsea. Hello, hello. He's watching also. Okay. Wow. So great books that you shared. So winners. Okay. Later on, I'll reiterate those books. Okay. And of course, so Andrea, Coach Andrea, just like have a question again to you. So I mentioned a while ago that you are a serial entrepreneur. Wow. And of course, currently you're the managing director also of Assets and the Global Circle Academy. So can you share to us about those two companies and at the same time other business ventures that you're into right now?
Okay. I love selling, and I think I've got to tell this little story. Okay. So
It's
it
okay.
all begins this way. it all started at 8 years old when my mom gave me a pack of jewelry, beads. She gave me some beads
Mhm.
which I can make
Mhm.
into jewelry, and I started making this jewelry and sell it off at her hair salon. She
Mhm.
used to be a hairdresser, and she's got this little place that I could hang it around, and I was just selling the earrings and the necklace and the bracelets to her customers. So I love sales ever since that. I love business, and that's why when I was actually a corporate citizen, I never actually felt very in place being in employment. So one day it's all like, hey, when is all this starting a new chapter where my parents are actually entrepreneurs? When am I going to be like them? And that got me
Mhm.
thinking and working on it. And all that planning came to a day that I gave the letter to the boss and decided to be on my own. So
Mhm.
besides assets is actually delivering a better versions of human beings or versions of themselves to improve
Mhm.
their human assets. I also have another academy that says Global Circles Academy, where all our programs are delivered virtually. And part of something that is very interesting in Global Circles Academy, we also are event organizers. So we have actually done things like expos, symposiums, a lot of festives and celebrations and gatherings virtually, whether it's commercial usage or our own tribe usage. It's all in that business venture that we are actually referring to of networking, of more sales and gathering time for our tribe. So when Coach Erwin was actually talking about, hey, what do I mean by serial entrepreneur? Yep,
Yeah.
I love business ventures. I
Yeah.
love
I
the
guess
consulting
you are
work.
you're a natural born businesswoman. You're a natural born. That's why it's a serial entrepreneurship. Serial entrepreneur.
I would have
Okay.
to give this credit to my parents because the way that
Mhm.
they have actually taught me about risk taking is really a
Mhm.
little bit different as compared to someone that's been working in corporate.
Corporate.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
That
because in
I
business
fully
you really need to take that risk, a calculated risk actually, and that's how you also differentiate good business people. You know, good that they know how to calculate the risk. Actually, some business people, just go right away, do start right away, but there's no that's what they call that. There's no rocket science. But if you're really a good business person, a natural business person, you have that strategic mind that you really can calculate the risk actually. Okay,
of course.
speaking of entrepreneurship, of course, Coach Sharon is also has her own business. Also, she's a young living essentials oil independent distributor. So, Coach Sharon, can you please share to our winners the current activities, engagements, or events that you are doing right now as an independent young living distributor here in the Philippines, and also, um, of course, I'm sure some moms out there are very interested who would like to be also a distributor themselves later on.
Right. So, as you mentioned, being an entrepreneur, you really have to have the calculated risk, right? So, one of the things that I learned since I started being a freelance consultant or an independent consultant as well,
Mhm.
that started in 2015, is to also find other streams of income, especially at this time. And
Yeah.
it is really in terms of fruits of the labor. In terms of that, really getting it. And if you started long before, you are really getting the fruits of that labor. Okay, so I started in 2017. So I've been in the oiling business, oiling business. So using essential oils for 4 years
Well,
already. I'm also a business builder. So in using Young Living essential oils, actually there's you're not forced to do the business. You can just purchase the products, ditch and switch your usual
mhm,
products to a more toxin free living lifestyle, and by using
mhm,
the products, and the option that you can do the business and help other people is also there, just in case you're ready to do it with your family and with yourself as well. So that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years as well. And then for in terms of activities, we have a lot of classes some of my teams, because we have already have 60,000 under my organization. And
Wow.
these leaders are already combination of leaders and users
Mhm.
in the US, here in the Philippines, in Asia, and some of them are also in Europe. So I'm very very happy to be with them and to journey with them. So we're in different parts of in terms of journey in our oil journey. We're in different parts, or and what is nice about this business is you dictate the pace. So if you're
Mhm.
not ready to do the business, then don't do it. But if you
Mhm.
find that this is something that you can do as a side hustle, that is also an opportunity that is available to you. So we have lots of classes, both for education in terms of how to use the oils. We also have business classes, and this is where my expertise also comes in, because what I've learned from corporate years ago, I also bring in strategic, for example, strategic planning for business leaders. We also have operational planning for our distributors, some communication skills for or presentation skills for our mompreneurs who are members as well. So those are the things that we do, and we do have fun stuff that we usually do on a monthly or even weekly basis, depending on the theme of the class. We have lots of raffle. We have educational trips as well. Actually,
Mhm. Wow.
before before the pandemic, we would go to different places to really get to know the plants, where the oils come from. And I was able to, way back, I was fortunate to be included in the International Grand Convention. So I attended that in 2019. So I really saw the source of the plants and how the source of the oils and how these oils are distilled or packaged in such a way. So from the start, in terms of looking after seed, planting them, and then how do you package and getting these products to the users and to the distributors all around the world. So those are the things that are happening. Yeah, with
Wow,
regard to
that's
that.
great. So for those moms, side hustling moms, so later on, Coach Sharon will flash her social media account so we can connect with her. Okay, so later on, so please do wait for that portion. Okay, guys. So before we take a break, I would like to give you a question. My question is, what were your win within moments to your kids and family despite this heavy schedule and responsibility at work or at your business that you have right now? But of course, before you answer that, we'll just take a break first. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be back in TNC.
Right.
Welcome back here in Win Within on TNC. And of course, we're going to read some show announcements. Okay, so we are inviting you to watch all our shows live or replay. So our shows U-Turn, TNC The Talk, Awesome Day, The Human Buyer, The Puppet Stories, Mondays, 5:30 p.m. The Big Picture, of course, with Mr. Birthday Boy Lloyd Luna, Mondays to Fridays, 7:15 p.m. The Millennial Voice, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays, 10:30 a.m. HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 12 noon. Moving on Business, Well Home, Tuesdays, 5:30 p.m. Mental Shift, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. USA, and Wednesdays and Fridays, 10:30 a.m. Philippines. Money and More, Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Philippines, and 5:30 a.m. USA time. And of course, Cybernext. And check out our page on Facebook or YouTube by searching hashtag TNC Now. Enjoy these inspiring shows because we made them for you. Okay, so let's welcome back Coach Andrea and Coach Sharon. Okay, so
Hello.
before we had
Hello,
our
hello.
short commercial break, so again, hello, guys, hello, winners. So the question is, what were your win within moments to your kids and your family despite the heavy schedule and responsibility at work? But before you answer, but of course, I know you have a lot in mind already. So go ahead, Coach Sharon, you can go first.
Will I go ahead? I
Yeah.
think Andrea is ready. Andrea, you would
It's
like?
okay, it's okay. So you can do a what?
Scissors,
I
paper,
was going to
stone.
say Jack and Poy, but I don't know what's Jack and
Sige,
Poy in Malaysia.
I'll start. Okay, one of my win within moments is realizing that I have really the power to influence my children. So
Great.
being in the house 24/7 and seeing them really grow in front of my very eyes. Unlike before that, I used to have a yaya and I was a full-time trainer outside of the house and really being in different venues for the training programs. I now get to see what how they grow up in terms of the different personalities. So me as a mom, I know that I can influence them better, and how can I now apply what I've learned in the corporate setting and what I learned also in my coaching practice, bring them up to be better individuals, and also influencing them in terms of being a better person. Especially now at this time, it's really teaching them the life skills that are needed to really succeed, not so much on the academics, because the academics, I truly believe that they're very curious individuals, so they will really find a way to find or to discover what are the answers to their questions. But I'm here 24/7 in terms of really influencing them and showing them how to be better people and to be more compassionate, especially at this time. So that is my win within moment.
Wow,
Wow, that's great.
wow, wow,
So it's
wow.
like being a good role model, good role model. Okay, how about you, Coach Andrea?
All right. Sharon, you set a very high mountain for me to climb. So I'm going to try to climb this mountain, okay? So for
Climb the
me,
mountain with me.
so for,
Coach Andrea.
for me, the
You got your back.
moment, yeah, for me was a lot of, previously I was traveling a lot. I was traveling on a monthly basis between anything like 5 to 10 days. And sometimes I missed a lot of opportunity and those aha moments about their growth and their development that I missed those points. And what I've truly cherished or appreciate about this being home for the last one over a year, slightly not 1.5 yet, is very much the point that they were growing in front of my eyes. That's for sure exactly what Sharon pointed out. It's also how as a parent, as an entrepreneur, as a leader in business, that from doing it became a being rather than just sharing with my children that hey, you
Mhm.
have got to do this and do this and do this. Being a leader, you have to do behave like this. Or you're talking about hey, as a business entrepreneur, you have to do this sort of work. Now it's really being, because they see me in action, and they truly, can see what sort of mother I am in front of them. And that becomes like, wow, they know what I'm doing a bit better, and they are more mindful about things. For example, like right now I'm at home, and they are able to just give me the space and give me the time that I'm working, and they behave really, really well and quiet during moments like this. So I truly appreciate the fact that it becomes a very transparent sort of relationship between parents and child, because we never had that opportunity anyway to show them what our work is like.
That's
What
true.
my work was like was never shown to them at all. They couldn't be in those places.
Right.
And now they're living together with me in those wherever I'm going.
and
Yeah.
they pop up sometimes during our session.
They photobombs me all the time in the weirdest manner.
That's true.
And that's great. Okay, I guess we have a question here that we need to read. So, from Coach Sheila, what has been your biggest challenge when you were transitioning from employee to entrepreneur? And what tips can you share to our aspiring entrepreneurs, or our aspiring entrepreneur moms, of course, and entrepreneurs in
Love
general?
that question. Love that question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheila.
That's a great
Okay.
question.
Coach
I'd like
Andrea,
to
you can go
answer
first.
first. Oh, Oscar, go
All
ahead.
right.
Let's see, you can
This round
answer
I'm
both,
gonna
actually.
I'm gonna snatch the baton. I'm gonna go
Go ahead.
first on this
Go
one.
ahead. Go ahead.
Go
It's a
ahead, go
nice
ahead, go
question.
ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to.
For me, that answer, this is probably in less than 3 months. This is the second time I'm getting exactly the same question, and I would
Wow.
say that, yeah, and that gist of it, it's mindset. It's what I put my heart and mind onto looking at, and wanting to achieve, that it kind of like put a stop to not really burn that bridge with your employers, but put that
Mhm,
stop, that I'm never going back to corporate again. Why do I say so?
mhm,
Is because in the first, I would say that, first 1 month, 2 months that you change your LinkedIn, your
mhm,
status on LinkedIn, there's still headhunter that called me up, follow up with me, and persuading me to get back to corporate, and etc etc etc. And then you can see that the transition went on, where I put my company name. They still
mhm,
they still keep pestering, and they go on
mhm,
and
mhm.
on and on. How do I not get tempted? How do I not get like shaken at those moments? It's really the mindset of, what do I want to achieve? Do I want to take that life again?
Mhm,
It was already as it is. It's nice in that way. There are things that I probably feel that it's a gap, and I would want to achieve. Have I
mhm,
achieved those gap before I want to go back to this again? So
mhm,
it's truly the mindset, and keep persevering on that mindset. And I think the second thing that I've ever answered this same question before is how an employee perceive money as compared
mhm,
to a business owner perceive money. Money, not in terms of, if you take a US dollars notes and look at it and stare at it, it's not about that. It's how we are paid.
Mhm.
So as an employee, you kind of know that every month end there's a certain amount of money in that account.
That's true.
That's always in that mind. It's like, whatever happens, you know that the amount is there. However, being a business owner, that totally changed. If on certain months, whereby, for example, being a coach or a trainer, just like Sharon, just like Coach Erwin, we know that certain times that we would have a certain bulk coming in, and if we don't do any more business development, probably it's like, what's going to happen the next 2 3 months? You may not have that monthly ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching coming in. Plus, that adjustment of how money is transacted and coming into our bank account, that needs
mhm,
a bit of an adjustment there.
True.
mhm.
Yep.
That's true.
True.
That's the two major things. So one is mindset, and two is how we look at money and how we are paid. Sharon,
Mhm.
on to you now.
I agree with with
Yeah, Sharon.
everything that you
Yeah,
said.
Sharon. What can you add to that, Sharon?
Just to
Yeah,
add to
Sharon.
what you said, I think the biggest challenge for me is the fear in general of not receiving the same amount every month.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in our culture, right? It's 1530. I think we've been raised generally to be an employee, and being an entrepreneur is very different because there's that mindset that, hey, I have to work harder to get what
Yeah.
what I had when I was in corporate, or even more. But what I like, and what Coach Sheila, what I really like, what's happening with me particularly, is that I have the freedom to dictate how much I would like to have for the month, or for the next how many years that I'll be, doing something. So actually, the sky's the limit as far as being an entrepreneur is concerned, because as long as you work hard and you have your goals set in front of you, and you, of course, the limiting beliefs, you have to do away, and you have to work on that. As mentioned by Coach Andrea, it's really the mindset that I can do this, I should have to move forward. Then I believe you can do whatever you want to do in your life, being an entrepreneur. So fear is something that I was able to, in a way, of course, I'm still fearful in a way, especially at this time, right? So that's why it's very important that you have a lot of income streams, whatever that may be. You also learn how to be humble enough to ask for help. Diba? Find mentors who will really help you in terms of having a new perspective, getting new skills, and really asking for help in terms of how do you do that? Ask the right questions and find the right people to answer those questions. Because what I've also learned is people are also very willing to help you to achieve your goals. And you just have to ask the right people and ask the right questions. Now, what tips? You have to have, of course, having that freedom. Being entrepreneur, you have also the freedom of time, so you have to also structure your time, or your life, or your day, in a way that you will also be able to achieve your goals for the day, for the month, for the week, and whatever that may be. And you should have an accountability partner, whether it's your boyfriend, husband, wife, what else, your best friend, or a mentor, or a coach.
Your
That would be
coach.
great,
Yeah.
because yes, or a coach, yes, definitely, to be able, a third party, meaning
Yeah.
a third person that who can be objective enough to look at at the situation and not be emotional in such a way, because there will be times that we will be feeling like, can I really be an entrepreneur? Is this really what I'm set to do? I You will have that temptation to go back to something that is comfortable, which is really to receive something 1530. But being an entrepreneur, you can make more lives meaningful, and you have more impact, because you are the one dictating the pace of
The
how you want to
pace.
achieve your goal. Yes, and how much you want in a month, in a week, or in a year. So that's it for me.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. No? I like the how have that accountability partner for sure. Okay, so one last question again before we take our break. So, can you share a meaningful story that comes to your mind of a client or someone that you've trained that had a breakthrough or a win within moment because of the coaching that you did? So, Coach Andrea, you can go first.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I would say that this encounter is rather a surprise for me. So I was actually doing
Mm-hmm.
some sharing with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it was very much just sharing about what I do, and
Mm-hmm.
what are the tools that I use. And what I did was just running through a phototherapy with this person. It was less than
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes, and it caught a moment where it's much needed space and time for this particular person to just release himself from the tension and the stress. Especially, it was actually during the first lockdown that we had, like last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily a client. It's very much every encounter or opportunity do I have to inspire someone or assist someone, that really let them have that moment that they could just feel it's a safe space to just let it out.
Okay, it's great. So I guess every coaching encounter is really different. That you get to um, have those breakthroughs with your clients. That's great. So how about you, Coach Sharon? Anything that
Okay.
you can
I'm
share
sure with
about this?
Sure. Just like with Andrea, there are a lot of moments wherein we have a lot of breakthroughs. And I always have this mindset when I conduct a session, whether it's one on one or especially with a group class, for example, that it's natural that not all people will like your program, not people will open their minds. But what
Mm-hmm.
I really have this mindset when I conduct a session is that if I only make an impact, have an impact in one life or one or two lives in this session, then that would be great. Because I've changed that person's life. Now, I'd like to share with you a portion of my life. Actually, I used to be a preschool teacher as well. So that
Wow.
started like, yeah, way back. Oh no, I'm dated. Way back in the early 2000s, I believe. Okay, so I remember I was with I used to be a preschool teacher in Xavier School in Green Hills,
Mhm.
and I used to handle the kinder boys. So I was just there for 3 months because I lost my voice. I had to stop teaching. I was not used to teaching boys because we know that boys are more energetic than girls in terms of, you know what I mean, guys.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then, come around 2015, I was invited by a friend, a counselor, to give a talk in UST, okay, in one of the universities here in the Philippines. And then after that session, it was a 1 hour session about communication. Somebody approached me, a 19-year-old guy, and he said,
Mhm.
Ma'am Sharon, I used to be your student. So,
Wow.
and then I said, where? I said, because I was already like, he's already 19. So that means he was, right? So I was like, and he said, I was one of your boys in Savior. And I was like, oh my God, you remembered
Wow.
me? And he was just what, 6 years old? Because kinder is like that age, right? So it really made an impact in me na I have to do my work really, really good because I don't know who will be the person that I'll be um, changing the life, whether
Changing
it's a
lives.
mindset or helping that person to level up in terms of skill. It's really doing your best in anything that you do because we make an impact in people's lives. And I was just so happy that time meeting him because at 19 years old he recognized me, different hair, different look. And I'm just so happy to share that story. And I look back to that memory that, okay, I really have to make really, really good in what I do because I never know who will be going back again or who I'll be meeting in the future and telling me that I attended your session, I attended your class. And yeah, that's a beautiful story that I'd like to share with you.
That's great. That's a great story, actually. Okay, so we'll just take a pause and I mean, a really commercial pause, not our pause.
Not the
Okay,
point,
so
boss.
so Win
Pause
Within
means
will
a
be
different
right.
thing in our world.
Yeah. So Win Within will be right back after this commercial. Okay, so see you again in the next
See you.
portion. Okay. Okay, welcome back here and within on TNC. And of course, we're gonna read again some of our shows. Catch our other original shows live or replay, such as Healthline, Couple Goals, Market Leader, YOLO, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., Negosyo at Home, Fridays 12 noon, TechU, TNC Marketplace, Fridays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m., The Donny Art Show, After Shift, Women at Work, COVID Stories, The Family Business, Usapang Beauty, The Fourth Project. Catch also our THC specials, One Day, TNC Arena, TNC PressCon, and TNC Town Hall on Saturday, 7 p.m., co-hosted by TNC founders Lloyd and Apple. Town Hall is where we talk to you, our valued audience. And of course, our show, Win Within, on TNC every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. So, and of course, more upcoming shows. Follow hashtag TNC Now on Facebook and YouTube. Allow your passion to inspire you. And together, let us hashtag see the new you. Okay, let's welcome back Coach Andrea and Coach Sharon for our actually the last segment of the show. And actually, this portion will be I call this portion Pick Talk. Okay, there's a points of view touch for this portion. I'm sure you've checked this out. I
I'm
hope.
afraid.
Okay, this is Pick Talk. Actually, we'll be using punctum, but I twisted a few ways on how to do it. Okay, so let's show the next slide. Okay, so winners again. This pick talk portion of ours here in Win Within on TNC. When our guest, of course, will choose a card and reflect on it, how they resonate with it, with the question that I'm gonna ask them. And the question is, what do you like to achieve more this 2021 for your business coaching or your leadership coaching career? And at the same time, I think that there's or your entrepreneurial or your business, of course, and it's up to you if you want to choose it face up later on or face down. You can do it face down if you want to. I'm sure Sharon will have a creepy experience again. Okay, so next slide. So Sharon, you can go first this time. What card did you choose?
It's
And
the fifth.
explain us out.
Yeah. So it's the fifth. In my mind, I was
It's
choosing
the fifth.
card
So I
number
guess
five.
is that
So
the
that's
women now? Yeah,
the woman. Well,
number five. So
the
the women
old lady.
with the ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah, old lady with an ice cream. So, okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
answering
to
the
answer,
question, what do you like to achieve more this 2021? How do you reflect
looking
on that picture?
looking at the picture, it really tells me that I really have to enjoy every moment of the journey that I have and have to embrace it.
Mhm,
Just like this fabulous woman in the picture, um, tr-
mhm.
taking a break and eating ice cream. She's really enjoying each moment, each bite. And I believe that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going with the flow and, of course, doing the things that I have to do to achieve the goal that I have. But still being fabulous, just like the woman in the photo, and
Yeah.
taking a break definitely, and enjoying those breaks. And the way she eats the ice cream is really all in. It's whatever I think, whatever
Yeah,
she does is really giving her 100%, and that's what I'm gonna
yeah,
do this
100%.
2021.
That's great. Always give your 100%. Okay, how about you, Coach Andrea? Which picture did you choose?
I like the lady that is laughing out loud.
Wow.
All right. And to me, 2021 is really a freedom year where I really choose to be what I want to be and put in the effort and work wherever
Mhm,
that areas that I would like to, especially for the public programs that I've actually started since last year,
mhm,
where it was really helping people during this period of time during the COVID to put, to do sales, to get better in their sales results and the profits, of course, for their business. That's really to put away all judgment or all eyes from others and just blossoms and grow in the way that I desire for myself as well as my students and my community.
great, that's great. Okay, sharing yourself, of course. We know, of course, that we would like you would like to be your community to be that successful. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so I'll be the one, I'm gonna ask you what number would you like to choose, okay? So Andrea, Coach Andrea, what number would you like to choose?
How does the number go? It goes this way, is it? One, two, three,
Yeah,
this
that's
way.
right. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for number 8.
Number 8.
Yep.
Okay, so how about you, Coach Sharon?
I was going to say the same thing. Number 8.
It's okay. So different perspectives. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's the same word. Okay, so next slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, wherever way I count it, okay, it's risk.
Right.
So, so actually, my question is, describe the best value or the best takeaway that you can tell about to our winners about risk. So, who goes first? I guess Coach
Andrea.
Sharon can go first this time. Oh, Andrea, is it
Voluntold.
alphabet? Is it alphabetical or something?
Volunteer,
No,
and then
voluntold.
Volonturo. It just went
Wow,
back
yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
Yes.
yeah. Coach Andrea knows Volonturo already, guys.
Okay.
After being exposed to you, Coach Erwin.
Yeah. Okay, so risk.
All right. Risk. Very
Yeah.
interesting to look at risk, and a lot of people fear this word. In fact, I would say to make mistake while it's small, while it's early, and while
Mm-hmm.
you can still afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep it small, keep it very early of the stage of your business, keep it going, and that trial keeps on running and evolving. So very
Mm-hmm.
much whether it's business or which is sales, people says that, hey, this technique doesn't work, change it, keep
Yeah.
changing it
Mm-hmm.
until something works for you, and before you know it, you have a whole booklet of things that works, especially at current where people's emotions are not at the best of time, mentally at a certain amount of stress, for not just me in Malaysia, I think around the world is the same. I guess one of the thing is to keep pivoting and taking
Yeah.
that risk.
Okay, it's great. Keep pivoting. Keep pivoting. Okay, so how about you, Coach Sharon?
I think you really have to just take the leap of faith and
Okay.
always remember that well, there's the saying that's carpe diem. So seize the
Mm-hmm.
day. So
See
always
today.
so always make sure that you have your goals in
Uh
mind,
huh.
and if you fail, then that's an opportunity for you to learn and move on. So I remember a former boss telling me that, hey, if you have a goal, just keep your goals in mind, or goals in mind. Just make
Mm-hmm.
sure that if you fail or if you have a lesson, just keep moving forward. That's the only way to learn. Plus, if you need to change the strategy, or just keep the goals but change the strategy if you need to, but always keep your goals in mind. So those are the things that will really help you achieve what you need to achieve this 2021 and beyond.
Yes, that's great. Yes, we need to be
Sharon,
mindful,
thank you for
adaptable.
reading my t-shirt.
Oh,
Oh,
what's it? What's it? Oh, sorry.
what is it?
You mentioned seize the day, and that's exactly
Wow,
the
perfect,
t-shirt,
Oh,
seize the
wow.
day.
Yeah, seize the
Yeah.
day. Great, great.
perfect.
Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Okay, so next slide. Okay.
Whoa.
I
Wow.
thought that was
Okay.
the
So
last one. Okay.
yeah, this is the last. Of course, well, as I've said, we're
All right.
using
Okay.
custom. So this is the last portion. So this time it's my pick. It's my pick.
Go ahead.
So
Oh.
okay. So I'm gonna pick number 3 for Coach Sharon, and number 3 and number 9 for Coach Andrea. Okay.
All
So I
The
right.
don't
cards
know
are
what's
really,
3 and
the
9.
cards are
Okay.
really creepy because Erwin, I was really eyeing number 3 as well.
Ah, okay.
Okay, cool.
You read my
Let's do
mind.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Next slide.
Ah, okay.
What's
Okay.
working
Number
for
3.
me?
Okay.
What isn't working for you right now, Coach Sharon? So that
Limiting
you need
beliefs.
to adjust into.
Yeah. I believe it's the limiting beliefs and the self doubt,
Mm-hmm.
most especially,
Okay.
because there will come a time that, especially at this time, right? Like, parang when you sit down and try to reflect, there's this self doubt that comes in your mind and like, can I really do this? Should I do
Mm-hmm.
this? But you've been doing things to achieve your goals. But then again, you stop yourself and say, can I really do it? So I think it's something that I have to work on in terms of limiting belief. So
Mm-hmm.
self doubt is one, and of course the fear of
Mm-hmm.
not being enough, not doing enough, and not not doing enough. Yeah, not being productive at this time. And I guess there's really a reason why there are times that you feel that you have to pause. So I guess I really have to work on these things as I
Great.
as I achieve my goals. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Okay. As I've said, Coach Andrea, your question is so it's I guess it's the reverse. So for you, it's what's working for you.
All right.
Sorry.
So, no worries, no worries. Lovely question. That's a
Yeah.
great question. What's working for me?
Mm-hmm.
Don't smack me, okay, if I were to answer this. Don't ban
Mm-hmm.
my channel if I say this. The pandemic
Mm-hmm.
is working for me.
Well, that's great. If it's working for you, that's
Okay. I've
it's
got to
great. It's great.
actually explain myself a little bit. If not, people will get me wrong. All right. So why I say
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic is working for me is because previously I've been always wanting to really go on a manner where how do I actually
Mm-hmm.
increase my coaching or even my training business virtually without traveling so much.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
would love to have more time with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And this pandemic did it all that I always wanted for. So the law of
Mm-hmm.
attraction sends me a different manner of implementing this strategy into the business.
True.
Not the
Yeah.
best manner that most people like it. Not like
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's just that
Mhm.
I've got to make use of what's the situation like to what is best that I could do. So I would say that really business these days is borderless. We can go
Mm-hmm.
global easily, and we should
Mm-hmm.
take as a business owner. This is the best time to take forth that opportunity and just keep running.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, and what one thing good, right? Besides more time with the family, the way also I see is that, for example, before you travel, you go to a certain country, you're gonna spend 8 hours traveling, sometimes almost 24 hours traveling. Imagine right now with those 24 hours, you've already done 4, 5 workshops or 3 workshops with how many people already, with how many participants, you know, um, from all different nations. So I guess it's more productive right now as long as you know how to use it properly.
True.
You know how to use your time properly, and you know how to engage with people around the world properly.
Yep. And you
That's great.
increase your earnings because you could be earnings from four different places in a day.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Not only your local currency, but also currency around the world. You can earn in dollars
Yeah.
or in euros. It depends
Yeah.
on your clients.
As compared to those days when it comes to traveling off to a certain country, right?
Hmm.
You only earn that one currency and from one
Hmm.
place is one thing. You have to travel earlier.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
travel
I
on
get
the
you.
same day. You travel one day
That's true.
earlier, you leave one
Mhm.
day later, which
Right.
actually
That's
makes
true.
2 days of non-productive days
True.
that you
Yeah.
are not paid.
Yeah, I remember you telling that to me that that you could have at least another workshop or a day
Yeah,
before, or at least a day after. Yeah, you're
Mhm.
right.
yeah,
You're right. That's
yeah,
good. That's great. Yeah, good realization there for me.
yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for answering our questions and for our pick talk portion, of course. And of course, before we let you go, would you like to first promote of your events? And I guess I think Coach Sharon can go first, of course.
Okay. Hi, winners. So I'm Sharon again. So leadership, communication, and inner work coach. If you'd like to improve your speaking skills, presentation, or even learn how to do a Zoom call, just connect with me as well. I'd like to also share with you that as a young living professional, as a young living distributor, you also get the chance to work on your dreams, and dictate the pace of the kind of work that you'd like to do as well. So if we're going to the next slide as well, I'd like to show
Next
you what
slide.
we actually do, which is really
Mhm.
focusing on wellness, purpose, and abundance. So start with
Mhm.
wellness, being sure that you are ready, mind, body, and spirit, using the oils. And then of course with purpose, you also find your purpose and on how to make people's lives better. And
Mhm.
definitely when all these are in place comes abundance, and abundance is always there. There's always a seat for you at the table. And
Yes,
lastly,
that's
please
great.
connect with
Next
me.
slide.
Yes, using my, of course, social media accounts. That's at Shoye. That's Shoye. That's my personal IG, Instagram. And for my oils business for Young Living, it's oils.katipunan. Okay, so,
Mhm.
and also you can also find me on Facebook. That's Sharon.Agoncillo.Galang. That's my
Mhm.
learning and development coach page. And then Oils
Page.
Katipunan also for our Facebook. So hope to see you and hope to hear you also in one of our classes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
Okay.
for
So
this
please do
opportunity.
connect. Please do collaborate with Coach Sharon. And of course, for Coach Andrea,
Thank you so
next slide.
much.
There you
All
go.
right. So if you would like to connect with business owners from Asia, there will be a sales wiring program coming up, of which you get to network, you get to learn some new selling skills for this particular
Mhm.
era, and how you could actually even use the social media to sell whatever that you need to actually
Mhm.
promote to people and get more leads. Especially, I'll be sharing with you the tips of how I actually gotten the award on LinkedIn.
Wow.
So
Yes.
It's
yeah,
perfect.
as you probably know, LinkedIn have gone from the era of just job hunting to very
Mhm.
much connecting direct to bosses. So it cuts
Mhm.
away all the receptionists as well as the secretary that you were talking about. Those days you went door knocking and then these are all your gatekeepers. There's no more
Mhm.
gatekeepers on LinkedIn, and you should really check it out how you could go direct to these CEOs as well as business owners and start negotiating and talk about what's your offering. So sales wiring program is on. It's a 3 sessions, 2 hours each. It's all done on Zoom. You can come and connect with all the different business owners in different industry, as well as they are all around Asia, where you can actually collaborate and talk business and do more business together. As we always say that if you have the same values, it's easy to fly high and fly really tall very, very quickly. So if you like to connect with me, have a chat with
Next
me,
slide.
yeah, come at me on my Facebook or my LinkedIn. And if you, I think some of our friends here even connect with me for a session of mentoring as well. So if you like to do
Yes.
that, please feel free to do so. I'll just send you my Calendly link and you could actually fill it up.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
Andrea.
you, thank you.
Okay, so I guess before we let you go, some winning words to our winners, to our audience. Coach Sharon, you go first before we call it a day.
Okay, winners. First of all, Erwin, thank you for this opportunity to share with you, and also Andrea, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Just maybe some tips, or a tip maybe is to just keep learning. Whatever you do, keep learning what you have to, what you want to achieve in life. Always find that mentor that will help you move forward. Find a coach, find someone who you resonate with and who can really help you and achieve your goals this 2021.
Woohoo,
Great, that's great.
nice.
That's great. That's great. Coach Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Erwin, for inviting. Thank you, Sharon, for actually spending time. That's really fun to have you here together with me as well. So, my mantra in life is you're an expert of you. You are an expert of you. Everything is within your hands and you are fully responsible for it. And my mantra for better sales results is everyone can buy. And if everyone can buy, I'm sure you will do well in your sales. All my blessings to all the winners out there. Have fun.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so again, before we let you go, can we have a win within post? So the win within post is like this.
Okay.
Okay,
The
so we
W's,
have
you
a
mean? Okay.
yeah. Okay, so direct, can we have a picture? Okay? Okay. Thank you very
Thank
much. See you
you. Thank
backstage later.
you.
Thank you, Coach Sharon and Coach Andrea.
Thank
God bless. Okay. So thank you very much, winners, for joining us. For takeaways, grabe. There are lots of takeaways from the books that you need to read. Of course, that's the Start with the Why by Simon Sinek, and at the same time Gung Ho by Ken Blanchard. So do get that book if you have the chance to get those books. And of course, a lot of learnings. Um, we really need to change our mindset. We should have the I can do mindset. And of course, we should do away with those self-limiting beliefs. And of course, we should have the freedom structure. And of course, we should always give our 100%. Okay. And spend more time with your family also. And what else? And of course, keep a learning partner or have an accountability partner. Get a coach, of course, and so many more. If you miss those parts, if there's a portion that you miss, you can always watch this episode and replay. So please do. So again, thank you very much to Coach Andrea Chow and of course to Coach Sharon Agoncillo-Galang, okay, for joining us tonight for our 1 TNC anniversary episode of Win Within. So thank you, winners, for joining us and staying with us tonight. And of course, I would like to, before we go, we'd like to promote some of my coaching programs. Of course, the Win Within Compact Coaching, the Win Within Enlightenment Coaching program. It's about actually having your clarity and awareness, and the Win Within with empowerment, or it's actually your determination and self-confidence, knowing more about determination and self-confidence, and also the Win Within with enhancement, wherein I help you maximize your professional and personal productivity. Next coaching program. Next slide. And of course, my regular coaching programs, the Win Within Level Up program, where it's 12 sessions, and it's for actually 3 to 4 months, and also the Win Within Growth program, coaching program, which is actually 24 sessions or a 6 to 7 months program, and also the Coach Mentoring program, which is also a 24 sessions program or a 6 to 7 months program. So with that, if you would like to connect with me with my coaching programs, please do connect with me through my page, fb.com/iwinwithin. And of course, my IG is Coach Erwin Ursua, at Coach Erwin Ursua. You can email me also through coacherwinursua@gmail.com. And of course, if you want to have your schedule already, just go to calendly.com and then calendly.com/coach dash Erwin and dash Ursua. So please do connect with me if you would like to have, just like what Coach Andrea and Coach Sharon told a while ago, if you want to have an accountability partner, keep on learning with a coach, keep on learning with a mentor. So please do connect with me with that. Okay? So again, happy birthday to my co-host, Coach Nato, and of course, Sir Lloyd Duna, Pambansang Inspirasyon. Happy birthday! And of course, I would like to greet belated Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Grace, and of course to my lovable wife, Florence. Happy Mother's Day, and of course to my sister, Sharissa. Okay, so there's three moms close to my heart, and of course to all my family members who are moms, and also to my friends who are moms. So belated Happy Mother's Day to you. So again, let me be of help to you in your personal journey or your team. So I'm very much open to be your coach, to be your mentor, and at the same time, of course, 8:30 to 9:30 again next Wednesday. See you again, and always remember in your life journey, in whatever you state you are worthy to win in life because you can always win within. So be a blessing and be blessed. Good night, winners. And of course, as I always tell every Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Good evening.